Welcome to the Football Fignuts podcast. It's season 10, episode 2. And if you've been counting, that's 378 episodes, ladies and gentlemen. I am your co-host, Joey Jojo Shabadoo. Sean.
I'm Sinch.
I'm Craig.
And I'm Britt. And we are back, everybody. We have the whole place is full. We have a full house tonight to talk about quarterbacks. Welcoming our contributors, Sean and Sinch. Sinch coming from the faraway, possibly mythical land of, let me be sure I pronounce this right, North Carolina. So he's joining us. Thank you. Do they have internet down there? Can you hear us okay?
Yes, and my sky's not on fire.
Do we need to, whenever we address Sinch, do we have to finish with over?
Is there like a tape delay?
I don't know. Is there a tape delay? Over? No? Okay.
Where would the tape delay be over?
It's already off the rails.
We're already off the rails. We're a minute in. You know what? Let's get back on track. What is everybody drinking tonight? Let's start with Sean. Sean, what are you drinking tonight?
Tonight, I am drinking...
Oh, it better be great after that build-up. That was an opener.
Turbo Love Juice from Labyrinth Brewing Company. It's an hazy India Pale Ale.
Have you had it before?
I have not.
Okay, I have. I'll be curious to see. There's Craig. You guys do the sound effect.
Bush.
There you go. I have had this before, and I personally didn't care for it. So I would like to see what Sean's take on this one is.
All right. Let's see now. Hints of pineapple and orange. All right, let's see if it does.
Don't read the can, just drink it.
Okay. I do taste some fruitiness in there. Some pineapple and orange, but it's got like a more carbonated taste to it. Did you get more bubbles in it than you thought?
I just didn't like the flavor of it, honestly. So, okay, but you enjoyed it. That's good. That's all that matters. All right, Sinch, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm recording right now, driving around in my truck, so I have ice water.
Are you actually recording from the truck?
Yeah. I have house guests, and they just got home when I started, so I left.
Oh, I thought they had gone out and you had the house to yourself.
They did. And I texted, and then they walked in. So I said, well, shit.
Oh.
Okay.
Right now, I am in a Dollar General parking lot, which is a sure way to know I'm in North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
And I'm looking at about 20 cows and one jackass that are just roaming in the field in front of me.
Okay. For
Don't
jackass, do you mean
that way? Stop roaming.
Okay, so by a jackass, do you mean a physical donkey or like a drunk southerner?
It's a donkey.
Okay, good. All right. I was hoping that's what you were going with this, but you got to be sure. Okay, so ice water for Sinch. Craig, what are you drinking?
So since I let Sinch decide for me, since I don't have beer, and the choice was between an espresso martini, which is already pre-mixed, rum and vodka. Sinch said vodka, so I have a seltzer vodka drink that I made myself with lemon. And I must say, vodka tastes better with lime to me, but the lemon's okay. It kind of reminds me of the alcoholic water Sean gave me at one of his parties.
I'm trying to remember what it is I like with lime. Is it rum or is it vodka?
Well, lime I think works with both, but I think it works better with vodka.
I think it's the Bacardi Limon I'm thinking of, which is a rum. I think I like lemon with my rum better than anything else. But okay, good. I am drinking diet soda, and I'll tell you why. Because I was gonna stop tonight and pick up some beer.
Yeah.
But it is so freaking hot and nasty out that and as I've gotten older, I've noticed I don't sleep well if I had any beer. So I'm like, I'm already gonna sleep like shit because of the heat.
Wait. Did you say you don't sleep well with no beer?
With beer.
Oh.
With beer. If I have a beer or two in the evening, if I drink during the day, Here you go. Here's your ad for day drinking. If I drink during the day, I'm fine. I am fine. If I pop a beer open after 5 p.m. local time, my sleep is going to be disrupted. I don't understand it. My body just does not seem like that it wants me to drink at night, which is a problem because my boss does not like me drinking at work. So
that's why vodka exists. It's fine. Or you put rum in your coffee. There you go.
Or
quit.
The problem is not drinking enough.
Yeah, that there's that too. There's that too. Working in compliance alongside HR, you find that you got to follow the rules pretty strictly if you want to keep your job.
Yeah, but you're the one making the rules, so who cares?
Oh, I don't make the rules. No.
No, you just enforce
I'm the cop.
Yeah, you just enforce the rules, so you can do whatever you want.
I'm like a corporate cop. I get handed a set of rules by Congress and AKA the leadership, and my job is to go out and enforce them. So, but yeah. So I have just diet soda today, but that's okay because we have a ton to talk about. It's quarterback day. So really quickly, I just want to get a quick burning hot take from each of you. Craig, why don't you go first tonight? What's burning with you?
The sky, really.
That's fair. We are getting smoke from the wildfire, so
we are. I don't. You know what? I'm gonna go to Sinch because I don't have my thoughts collected. But come back to me.
It's smoke inhalation. Sinch, what's burning with you?
So what you're saying is when you don't have your thoughts collected, the guy to go to is Sinch because I'm always well prepared and ready to go.
Yeah, well, you're sitting in your truck. You have plenty of time.
All right. Well, here's my burning hot take, and it's about quarterbacks, and it's a simple question. Where do you rank? And I don't need a number necessarily. I just mean, is he a starter? Is he a QB1? Where do you rank Jalen Hurts?
He's a QB1 on my list. Yeah, I'll just go with that. He's a QB1 on my list.
Yeah, he's Sean,
Craig, somebody.
I'd say he's like the lower end QB1 for me. I think.
Yes, I agree with that. I'm until he proves otherwise. From how he's downtrended the last couple years, he is a lower half of the QB1s.
Okay.
I cannot.
Okay, that your burning hot take is so hot. You just that was garbled. Scream a little more focused into the mic. Focus your anger.
I just said, I cannot believe how wrong the three of you are.
Okay.
That's all.
I have a number.
Okay.
I had at 8. So I have a number. Is that too low?
You have Hurts at 8?
Well,
I do. When I rank
them.
Not
the rankings you sent me.
Yeah, I did.
Jalen Hurts. Okay, hold on. We're doing this live. Oh, shit, you did. How did that happen? How the fuck did that happen? Okay, hold on. I gotta recheck this. Okay. So Sean, you go ahead and do your burning hot take. I'll be with you guys in a moment.
Anything
I've discovered a live issue.
Before we continue with my take, Sinch?
We might have lost him.
We lost him.
No, I'm here. I ranked them 19. You can't hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I heard
you're breaking up a lot. You're breaking up a lot.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
19.
Yes.
But we heard 19.
All right. Well, I'll go and I'll ramble on about Jalen Hurts and then I'll stop. So
tell us your rationale.
Well, I think his only value is in running the tush push. That's it. It's been in the league long enough now, and I just feel like the tide has turned on that play. Usually new plays like that defenses struggle with, it only lasts a couple of years, and then the defenses figure it out. He lost his deep target in A.J. Brown. He doesn't really want to throw the ball, and I just feel like the easy touchdowns he had gotten before, I don't think he's going to get them anymore.
Okay.
And I'm done.
So here's my counter to that, and what I would ask you to opine on is I agree. Eventually, you know, every offense gets figured out and things change over time. But have they figured out the tush push? What have we seen to make us suggest that they have found a way to counter it?
Oh, we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen it yet,
but you think it's going to be countered this year? You think that this is the end of that run?
I think a combination of losing A.J. Brown, not replacing him with a target that I think is a real target. And just, it's like I said, plays like that, you only get away with it for so long. The I can't think of the name of the play now. The play where the quarterback would line up outside of the pocket and the running back would get it. I can't think of the name. Thank you very much. I'm in summertime mode. The Wildcat lasted a couple of years. And then, I mean, it's still around, but the first couple of years, it just didn't get stopped. And I think the time has come that the tush push is going to stop being so effective. Okay.
I don't disagree with you. My only point is, until I see it start being less effective, I gotta still think it's going to be there. And we're talking about a maneuver that the league itself has been like, yeah, we should institute a rule to stop this because it shouldn't be the way it is. And then they don't do it, and then it comes back, and then they're like, oh, why does he have 17 concussions in CTE? You know, so yeah, I apologize too. I did have an error. For some reason, the spreadsheet copied Craig's entire ranking into Sean's column. So yeah, so it's
I guess you don't matter, Sean.
The computer thinks that Sean is so bad it's going to replace him with Craig and just count Craig twice. So all right, moving on though, because we're on the clock here. Yeah, go ahead, real quick.
Say they did get Hollywood Brown, they get Elijah Moore, they drafted Mekhi Lemon. I think that he has weapons. I mean, as talented as A.J. Brown, but it's definitely a more rounded group than just the two that they had last year of A.J. and Devonta Smith. So he does still have weapons, and I think they're going to have to rely on him more. So it's going to be truly up to his passing, which, last couple of years he's been ranked in the top 4 or 5. And now he's down, behind a bunch of other ones to where he's barely in the top 10 in a lot of rankings. So, they are showing regression, but I don't think that as far as you have him right now.
Fair.
Can I jump in real quick?
10 seconds, go.
Okay, I just want to make sure Sean ranks those wide receivers right in the same neighborhood as A.J. Brown when we get to the wide receiver podcast.
I said they weren't in the realm as him.
But does Sean remember that A.J. Brown is a Patriot now?
You're relying on a rookie and a couple of never really were's.
Okay.
But you weren't, you know what? You weren't relying on A.J. Brown. You were supposedly relying on A.J. Brown last year, but he had one of the worst statistical years of his career. He barely had 1,000 yards. He only had 78 catches on 120 targets. He had literally the worst yards per reception of his career last year. So
that is
I don't
true.
know how much they relied on him last year.
It's true, but a player like that on the outside, running deep, the defense has to respect it. You can't just do single coverage. And you're right. He had a lousy year, but that's because he and Hurts hated each other for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think A.J. Brown has an uptick, because he's with a different quarterback. And I don't just mean he's on the Patriots. I mean, pretty much anywhere else he went, I would think he would have an uptick this year.
Okay. Fair enough.
I talked enough. I'll be quiet now.
So yes,
that's okay.
So my burning hot take is about burning hot take that I've heard. Some places are saying, just to get, it's probably just, to get their clicks and whatnot, is projecting like Justin Herbert as becoming the MVP of the league this year. Now, he was the 10th fantasy quarterback last year. Do you think that he can feasibly make a jump to where he's considered the MVP this year? And who was like the one guy that you think can jump up into that realm of being, hey, you know what, they could be considered for MVP this year at quarterback, obviously, because it's never anything else other than a quarterback.
Okay, so I'll go first on this one. because it's Jim Harbaugh, because now he's been there a couple of years, because there's a comfort level that allegedly has grown into it. It's a hot and popular take to say that Justin Herbert is going to be big. You said there are places out there that are saying, are those places in the room right now with us? Are the places here? No? Okay.
Right.
That's a political joke for folks who don't for out there.
Yeah.
But to answer your other question, what quarterback could kind of come out and surprise us and be a real big MVP candidate this year?
Yeah.
There is no question. The answer is Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles is going to come out of retirement by week 3.
We all know Sinch is going to take Craig, but he was second last year, wasn't he? So I don't think that's a viable answer, by the way, Sinch, just so you know.
That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say your quarterback, but you could go to hell now. I'm not saying.
Really?
Wow, spicy. This is spicy this week.
Okay.
And just to jump back in, it's the reason they're predicting Herbert having a great year is because they got former Dolphin head coach Mike McDaniels, the offensive coordinator. So they're saying if he could make Tua into a pretty good quarterback, what could he do with a pretty good quarterback?
He
Yeah.
made Tua into a pincushion.
No, Tua is a pincushion. I mean,
that's what I mean.
Can't take a hit.
But he got hit all the time. I've seen nails that have taken fewer hits than him. I mean, there's just I've never bought into the Mike McDaniel genius theory, the offensive genius theory. There have been like 3 or 4 true offensive genius coaches in my lifetime, and but there's been 40 guys that have been claimed to be offensive geniuses. What was the name of the guy the Bears stole from the Canadian League?
I remember him.
Eberflus?
Eberflus, yes.
Eberflus. Oh, this guy, he's going to revolutionize the Bears offense. He couldn't revolutionize a sandwich. Okay? So no, Mike McDaniels is not a genius. I do not think he is the solution there. I'll say that up front. Craig, you want to chime in here before we move on?
I think we've been waiting for Herbert to be the MVP for so long. Since he was a rookie. And I just don't think it's going to happen with the Chargers as long as he's there. I just don't think it's going to work, especially with them becoming more of a run-heavy offense. Like, what is he going to do other than hand the ball off? So yeah.
So my burning hot take this week for you guys is a trivia question. You only get a few seconds to think about this. I want the top answer off the top of your head, and you each only get one answer. One answer, Sean. One.
Yep.
True.
Mauve.
What?
Not true. True.
What Major League Baseball team made history by being the only team to draft 2 future NFL Hall of Fame quarterbacks in one MLB draft? In one MLB draft, a single team took 2 people who would later go on to play football and be Hall of Fame quarterbacks. It's only happened once ever. What team did it? And bonus points if you could tell me either of the quarterbacks.
Can I go first?
Go ahead.
Please.
The correct answer is the Montreal Expos. And I know one of the quarterbacks was Tom Brady.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Wow.
Okay, so that's wrong, but that's okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna guess. So the only stipulation was they're an NFL quarterback now. Was that it?
No, they're a Hall of Fame NFL quarterback.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you're talking about somebody who's retired. These are Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Right. I'm gonna go with the Dodgers.
Any guess on who they drafted?
No.
Okay, so you're wrong as well, but you have bought Sean some time to really think about this and get this completely right. Go get it, Sean.
I am gonna say the St. Louis Cardinals.
Okay, and who did they draft?
Elway.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
No, you get to say one more. There's 2 guys, so Elway is your first guess.
And, Steve Young.
Okay, so you got one part of it right, and that's John Elway is one of the 2 players. The correct answer is in 1978, the Kansas City Royals in the same draft selected both John Elway and Dan Marino.
Wow. Wow.
Only team to ever draft 2 NFL quarterbacks in a different sport that would go on to be Hall of Famers in the NFL.
That's a good trivia
There you
question.
go.
That's good.
That comes from our good friend Terry Zhang, who loves to look up weird trivia questions, and he saw that somewhere and he went, that can't be right. So he went and looked up the 1978 draft class of the Kansas City Royals, and sure enough, they were drafted. Both of them were drafted by the Royals that year. So,
yeah, it's weird.
Did Marino even play baseball?
I think he did in high school. Well, in 78, they were drafted what, in 83, 84?
Yeah.
They would have been in high school.
Yeah,
they would have been high school or freshmen.
Didn't they have like 20-round drafts back then?
Oh, yeah.
No, baseball? Baseball,
they
had like 100 rounds.
Yeah, baseball was eternal, the drafts. I mean, don't forget, that's how we ended up with Mike Piazza, was eternally long drafts. And, he got drafted as a favor in the last round, like some Godfather shit. So anyway, all right, let's get on to the rankings. So we poll all 4 of our contributors. We have a very simple statistical formula that averages their placement, and it comes up with what we like to call the composite rankings. This year, the top 3 or 4 were pretty much consensus. Everyone has Josh Allen at number 1. Everybody except Sinch has Lamar Jackson at 2, but he has Lamar at 3, and he has Drake May at 2. So we have, consensus-wise, we have Josh Allen followed by Lamar Jackson, then Drake May, and then we have Joe Burrow at 4, and then that's where things get weird. So Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Drake May, Joe Burrow, those are our top 4. Give each of you 30 seconds. Make an impassioned argument for one of them. It seems we all put Josh Allen at 1. Make an impassioned argument for one of the other ones. Tell me why I should take either Lamar Jackson, Drake May, or Joe Burrow. Craig, you start us off. Why should I take one of those guys, and who should I take?
Well, if you like rushing touchdowns in your league and you get 6 points, you should take Lamar Jackson. Period.
Fair enough. Sinch, I presume you're going to give me the Drake May experience.
Let me tell you why Craig's wrong.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson, whole new system. I mean, the coach was his offensive coordinator last year. So maybe not maybe not a new system, but you've got a guy who, when the wind blows, catches a cold and misses 3 weeks. I don't trust him. He is a running quarterback who throws really well, but he's a running quarterback. And running quarterbacks, when they get to around 30, that's when things start to change, where they don't really want to run and get hit anymore. So my pick isn't who you should pick out of the top 3. It's just my pick is beware of Lamar this season.
Okay, I like that. Sean, Lamar Jackson, Drake May, Joe Burrow. Sell me on one of them.
Well, you tell me Joe Burrow, Chase, and Higgins are going to be healthy all year, and it's easily Joe Burrow.
So that's exactly it for me. To follow off of you, Sean and I both have the same top 3. Allen to Jackson to Burrow. I wanted to put Burrow at 2. Josh Allen is clearly the one for me. That's fine. But I wanted to put Burrow at 2, but I just don't know that if he stays healthy, the target's got to stay healthy. And if the targets stay healthy and he don't stay healthy, then it all goes to shit no matter how you do it. I swear to God, there's some sort of evil lady in the basement of that stadium with voodoo dolls. I just think there's snake bit there. So, okay. So that's our top 4. Rounding out our top 10, we've got Caleb Williams at 5, which was an interesting selection, I thought. Jaden Daniels at 6. Jaden Hurts falls to 7. We had the conversation about him already. Patrick Mahomes at 8, and we have a wide variety of numbers on him. Herbert at 9, and Dak Prescott somehow finishes 10th. So I just want to have a quick conversation about that bottom 5. Let me look at Craig first. Craig, you had Jalen Hurts at 3.
Yeah.
Which you heard Sinch's argument before about why Jalen Hurts is going to be on the downswing.
Yep.
Knowing what you know now and having heard his expert wisdom, would you keep him at 3?
Maybe a little lower, but again, like Lamar, he's still going to run for touchdowns. So if you're big on rushing touchdowns, it's either Lamar or Jalen Hurts. So Yeah, because I still think they're going to do the tush push. I think it's still going to work more than 50% of the time. So, yeah.
Sean, you have Patrick Mahomes ranked at 12th. And I'm just curious, why does he fall behind people like Trevor Lawrence and Brock Purdy on your list?
Because I don't know about his health. I mean, they can say all the things that they want about health, and just I don't think he'll be ready week one and doing what he does week one. He relies on his legs a lot to escape, to run around. It might not be the rush, but he relies on his legs and footwork a lot, and I don't think he's going to be ready. Even if he is ready earlier, I don't think he's going to be full health, really full steam until more than halfway through the season. I mean, you tell me, I can get him and then, have him for playoff time and still make the playoffs and make it, I'd be fine. But, am I going to survive that long? I better have a really good backup. Mm-hmm. So that's my concern. That's why I have him down that far.
Fair enough. Sinch, your rankings this year are very interesting to me, and I'll tell you the very simple reason why is out of the top 9 consensus quarterbacks that we have, you have 3 of them ranked in 10th or below. You've got Daniels at 10, Hurts at 19. You've already given us your thoughts on that, and you've got Justin Herbert at 14. Why do you feel so down on Herbert and Daniels when your podcast mates are a little bit higher on them?
Maybe it's not down on them. Maybe it's just I'm higher on the guys in front of them. I had Stafford at 5. He won the MVP last year, and he did that not by scrambling or throwing for 500 yards a game. He did it by throwing 1-yard touchdown passes to Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, who knows, he's probably going to play every game because the NFL likes their bad boy receivers.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he doesn't say anything again on a podcast or bite someone.
I just feel like the guys in front of him, so Stafford, I had Goff up there. The Lions had a down offensive season last year. I expect that to change and go back up a little. I had Prescott ahead of him. Dak, for whatever you think of him, is a good fantasy football quarterback. So I think he's better. I had Mahomes up there. Mahomes is Mahomes. I ranked him 9th, and chances are more likely he's a top 5 than he is a 6 to 10 quarterback. I had Jaden Daniels in there because he had a down year. Usually these players that I think he's a good quarterback, usually good players, when they have a down year, follow it with an up year. And, I had Brock Purdy up there. Brock Purdy, again, whatever you think of the guy, he puts up points. He's a good quarterback for fantasy. So, and Herbert, like you were saying, Britt, I don't believe Mike McDaniel is some kind of genius. So that's why Herbert, and how many years are we going to be disappointed in Herbert and say, yeah, but he's going to be good? Well, when's he going to be good? He's been in the league like 6 years already. When's he going to be good?
We call that Danny Dimes syndrome. We're tired of hearing about how good Daniel Jones is going to be.
Herbert was QB 10 in fantasy last year, according to Fantasy Pros, based on points. And you're right with Stafford. Stafford was 3rd. Maybe he is much better but with him, your concern is age and just wear and tear. Eventually, it's going to catch up to him. So, I mean, I'll let you take him as the 5th quarterback.
You know what I find interesting this year about these rankings and this conversation? We're talking a lot about, and this is what rankings should be, guys. This is not criticism when I say this. We are talking a lot about what we think is coming without having any real past experience to base it on. We're expecting Jalen Hurts to eventually, and the tush push to eventually getting figured out. We're expecting Matt Stafford, or some of us are expecting Matt Stafford to finally start showing some age. Some of us are expecting Goff to have a bounce back here. Some of us are expecting this to be the beginning of a slide. It's really interesting this year how while we took in past performance, I feel like this set of rankings really looked forward. We looked a lot at not only just injury history and statistics, but what we think is going to happen. Like, is it the right time for this person to take a step back? So I think that's a very interesting thing in these particular rankings. And that's what I keep hearing. It's got to happen sometime, right? It's, Jalen Hurts got to get stopped sometime. So I kind of like that. So, all right. Sorry, that's my only opinion on there. My top 10 are exactly the same as the consensus top 10, just in slightly different order. So I really have nothing valuable to add there. So let's talk about the next round. So let's talk about, we'll round out the QB1s. 11, we've got Stafford at 11. We've got Lawrence at 12. So that's the end of what would be considered the QB1s, because usually it's 12-team leagues. Let's talk about the QB2 category. And I'm just going to run down the list of names here. We got Brock Purdy at 13, Jared Goff at 14, Jordan Love at 15, Sam Darnold at 16, Jackson Dart at 17, CJ Stroud at 18, Kyler Murray at 19, Bo Nix at 20, Baker Mayfield at 21, Daniel Jones at 22, Bryce Young at 23, and Malik Willis at 24. What I want to hear from the group is really quickly spend less than a minute each on this, and I'm going to go first on it. What name here do you really like as somebody who could elevate to a QB1? And what's the name you want nothing to do with? I'll tell you right now, the name I think is probably too low on this list, and even I had him outside the QB1 rank, but could get up there, is Jordan Love. I do think Jordan Love has that potential, but again, he's got to show it to us. So I'm not expecting it, but I think he's the most likely candidate. The one guy I'm absolutely avoiding, I have filed for divorce from Kyler Murray. I'm done with Kyler Murray. Done. Goodbye. Farewell. Best of luck to you. Here's half of our estate. Take your possessions and get the hell out of our house. You were the
Kyler Murray truther since he was a rookie.
I'm pretty sure I was inducted into a cult. I might have been drugged. I'm not completely sure on what part of me kept thinking it was eventually going to happen, despite all of you. I feel like you guys staged interventions to try to get me out of the Kyler Murray camp. Like, Craig would come up and be like, look at his statistics before and after Call of Duty releases. And I'd be like, no, that doesn't matter. Things like that.
Am I reading this correctly? Craig has him the highest at a QB1 at 12?
I'm giving him one more chance on a new team. This is my last chance with him. So that's why.
So Sean segues straight to Craig. Craig, who are you loving on this list and who are you avoiding on that list?
Who am I loving at which? I'm looking at the list. Where am I starting? Jordan Love?
13 to 24. So Purdy through Malik Willis. You're looking at the QB2s.
I think Baker Mayfield is done for fantasy.
Interesting.
I would stay away from him unless he's like a injury backup or like a week off fill-in. I would not really draft him. And who would I go with in this list? It's kind of a tie. I was big on Jordan Love, but my problem is the Packers receivers is just random dudes they find in the parking lot, and then like three of them get hurt. That's a fair point. So that's my issue with the Packers. Probably honestly, it's going to sound weird. It's a tie between Darnold and Dart for different reasons. Again, Jackson Dart is going to run for touchdowns. So There's that. And then Sam Darnold is he's consistent. That's really what you want in a quarterback. So last year
and a Super Bowl champion. Let's not forget that.
That's right. So he was fairly consistent. I would say he's like the new version of Dak Prescott. But he won a Super Bowl, so he's even got an edge on that.
That's a big difference. That's a big difference.
So yeah, that's where I am with that.
Sinch, who do you love? Who do you hate on that list?
I don't want to spend too much time on who I love because I already said some of my guys that I have high that you guys put low. I'll just say two things. If anybody ever has Malik Willis as their backup quarterback, you should not be able to do this anymore. Miami has very few professional football players on offense. And for you to think, I'm going to take that quarterback and he's going to be something. So that's my first point. Then my second point is, I'm not saying Kyler Murray is going to be the 10th quarterback at the end of the season, but he's got a very good quarterback coach for the first time ever for him. He's in a system with what I believe is the best receiver in the league. And Addison is a good second receiver. And they've got a solid tight end. And they've got a solid running game. I think if this is his last chance, if he can't do it this year, he may as well just go to Miami.
So I want to respond to that because I understand your point. I got to tell you how this came. So I have Malik Willis at 24 overall. That's my spot for him. And here's how this happened. I got through the top 23 and I looked at like the next group of names and I'm like, okay, Malik Willis. All right. No, I'm not going to put him at 24. Who would be next on? Oh, Shedeur Sanders. Oh God, I don't want to. He's not good either. Who's the next guy? Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Oh, okay. It can't be 4 bad names in a row. Who do I have next? Cam Ward? Really? I got to decide between Willis, Ward, Sanders, and Rodgers? Oh, all right. Malik Willis is going to 24. That's literally the conversation that happened in my head. I was just like, these are all the same person in terms of what I look at in fantasy. I don't want any of them, but I got to rank somebody at 24. So that's how Malik Willis ended up on my list at 24. Sean, who do you love in that QB2 range? Who do you hate in that QB2 range?
Wow. This is where you go to, they're kind of all the same person, all the same points. I don't know. I don't feel the Jordan love. Obviously, maybe I'm a little biased.
Doesn't love?
Doesn't love. Sam Darnold, it's a great comeback story, but I just don't feel that he's going to be like this great guy that can now become a top 12 quarterback. I want to feel like there's some kind of like progression with these guys. I feel like Baker can get back up there. I think he was injured last year, which hurt him. Ibuka is a good player to take, the spot where I know Evans is gone. I don't think Godwin's completely done. So I think that he can come back up there. But Bo Nix is probably where I go with. He's got good weapons up there, a really smart head coach.
And I think talking.
Go and be. What?
That is the question was, give me one guy you love and one guy you hate.
I'm sorry.
Airhorn, because you gave me 47 commentaries. Give me one you love, one you hate. Well, Sam Darnold's a nice story and all, but Jordan Love, I don't feel the love. Okay, pick one. So you got Airhorn.
Bo Nix, Malik Willis. Bo Nix, good. Malik Willis, bad.
See, that's all you needed to do. I'll take that. All right, moving on because we are running out of time. Let's finish off the list. And here's what as you hear this list, my question to you is going to be, give me the one long shot. Give me the guy off of this list of names who could actually become a QB1 this year, or you think has enough upside that you might stash. Tyler Show at 25. We got Cam Ward at 26, followed by Shedeur Sanders at 27. Number 28 is Aaron Rodgers. Number 29 is Jacoby Brissett. Number 30 is Fernando Mendoza. Feel free to scream Mendoza. Number 31 is Geno Smith. Number 32 is Deshaun Watson, who I didn't even know was still in the league. Number 33 is Kirk Cousins. Number 34 is Tua Tagovailoa. Number 35 is Michael Penix Jr. And number 36 is Carson Beck. Let's start with Sean because he got cut off by the air horn. Which one of those bottom guys on our list would you say is the best sleeper candidate?
What? No. Oh, God, sleeper candidate. I mean, I got to go with the guy that's the rookie and the unknown and the hype guy. I got to go with Fernando Mendoza. I know they're going to be running the ball to the ground with Genti, but, Genti can catch. We got, Bowers, who's a great, tight end. We've got, oh my goodness, who's there's a pretty good wide receiver there. I don't know who it is. I can't think of it right now.
Who's that guy?
Yeah. But he has a pretty good set of weapons out there, and is he going to be a top 12? Maybe, probably not. But the guy I'm going to want to bet on is in that group is him.
Okay. So he's a Raider, correct? Am I got that right?
Yeah.
He's number 2 on that. Are you thinking of Trey Tucker?
No.
Their wide receiver core is horrendous.
Okay.
Horrendous. Okay, whatever. All right, thank you for that. That is very good
Not a lot
insight.
passes to Brock Purdy Jesus. Brock Bowers.
If he's completing passes to Brock Purdy, it'd be the least shocking thing. But okay. Sinch, who's your good sleeper this year?
I mean, I guess Mendoza, but I don't really feel it. I wouldn't fight against someone who said that's a dumb pick. I would say, yeah, you're probably right.
Okay. Craig, who do you like on this list as a sleeper?
As a sleeper, you know what? If he's not in jail, I'm going with the this year's comeback story of Geno Smith. He returns to New York, just like Sam Darnold went to Seattle. He returns to New York and becomes a good quarterback in New York.
Wait. So the Jets quarterback
Yes.
is all right. Never mind.
I didn't say they're going to go to the Super Bowl. I just said he's going to be.
No.
He's going to be good.
He's going to be a sleeper.
Yes.
I think he's going to be put to sleep. Okay.
Okay, so my answer to the question is none. I don't want a piece of any of these guys. I am not high on any of them. I don't think any of them are worth my time. If I have to pick one, it's going to be Kirk Cousins, who's technically, but that means I have to put faith in the Raiders. And as Sean kind of already pointed out, while they have some weapons, they don't have a lot of passing weapons. So I'm not happy with any of them. All right, let's run down the list really quick before we go to final thoughts. Again, our list is number 1 at Josh Allen. Number 2 is Lamar Jackson. Drake May comes in at 3, followed by Joe Burrow and Caleb Williams at 5. Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and Dak Prescott round out our top 10. John Matthew Stafford comes in at 11, followed by William Trevor Lawrence at 12. 13 is Brock Purdy, followed by Jared Goff and Jordan Love. We've got Sam Darnold at 16 and Jackson Dart at 17. Number 18 is CJ Stroud, followed by Kyler Murray and Bo Nix. Baker Mayfield at 21 and Daniel Jones at 22. And then we got Bryce Young and Malik Willis rounding out the top 24. Tyler Show is at 25, followed by Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Aaron Rodgers, Jacoby Brissett, and the rookie Fernando Mendoza at 30. 31 is Geno Smith, followed by Deshaun Watson, Kirk Cousins, Tua Tagovailoa, Michael Penix Jr., and Carson Beck. Quarterbacks is exhausting. I don't know how we do this every year, but you guys did a great job. Let's get some final thoughts on quarterbacks. Let's start with the Sinch. Sinch, what's your final thought on the quarterback rankings this year?
My opinion, the quarterback is the most important position, even for fantasy. When you think about it, that position will probably be your highest scoring player if you have a good player at that position. So that is why I say draft quarterback high. I'm not saying first round or second round, but if you get stuck looking at Jalen Hurts, if you've ever had him on your team, you know what I'm talking about. They go to halftime and you look at his fantasy points and he's got 13 yards passing and he's got 1 point. And you look at the guy you're playing and he's got like 17 already. So that's my avoid Hurts, but my thinking is draft quarterback high.
Okay. Sean, what's your final thought on quarterbacks this year?
Final thoughts on quarterbacks. Definitely look at your tiers because you have to say who's worthy of being drafted where. And if we had our top 4 that were pretty good. You want one of those guys? Yes, draft them in a decent spot. Again, not round 1 or 2, but you want to start thinking about 3, 4, 5 for those guys. Yes. Then after that, you have to really think. It's like, all right, where is this tier? Can I wait? All right, if this guy goes, I can wait longer for this guy. You don't have yes, they're important, but especially in a 1 quarterback league, you don't have to go crazy. There's only 12 that are quarterback ones. If you're in a 12-man league, that means most likely you're going to get one eventually. So you could wait. If you don't get the guy that you want in the top, tier, you can wait a while and grab a guy that's pretty good. And if you have to, you grab 2 mid-tier guys that you think have great upside. Steady and one upside. And then use that to go through the year.
Okay, good. I like that. Craig, what's your final thought?
My final thought is if you make a quarterback list for yourself and the first 3 guys are gone, really just draft another position player at that point. If you're in round 5 and still don't have a quarterback, then look at it, but don't be in the 3rd round and be like, oh my God, my top 3 quarterbacks are gone. I need to draft Justin Herbert right now. No, you don't. So, so that's it for me.
Okay. My final thought on quarterbacks is I just heard 3 really good pieces of draft advice from our contributors here. I just want to remind everybody who's listening to this that while we are laid back and while sometimes we forget our name or two and we may disagree on who's going to go where and whatnot, there is over 100 years of combined fantasy football experience on this freaking podcast. Over 100 years. What's the home league hitting this year, Craig? 34 years? No. 1993, 17, but this will be our 26 plus 7 is 33. This will be our 33rd draft.
Yep.
So we've been doing this a long freaking time. At the end of the day, you got to make your own decisions, but there is a lot of wisdom in listening to who came before you. So, thank you for joining us on this journey, and thank you for giving us an opportunity to share our opinions with you. We would love to thank you further by having you leave us a review. Apple Podcasts or wherever you found us, leaving us a review is the best way to communicate with us and to tell us what you like, what you don't like, and how you want us to grow. You can also reach out to us via email. We are fignutsdfs@gmail.com. That's fignuts, the letter D, F, and S @fignuts.com. We are not trolling Twitter or Facebook very much anymore because it's a cesspool. So please email us. We'd love to hear from you. But gentlemen, the first rankings are in the books. Next week, we will tackle running backs. I want to thank our contributors, Sinch and Sean, for hopping on in Sinch's case and very short notice. And for Craig for his constant work on keeping this podcast afloat. So I greatly appreciate that. We will be back next week, as I said, with our running back rankings. And then we'll just continue plotting through. And don't forget, 3 weeks from tonight, the best episode of the year, the tight end, kicker, defensive, special teams spectacular, highest rated episode we have every single year. That's a lie, but I like to think it's the highest rated we'll ever have. But it's really, truly a lie. But until we speak with you guys next week, my name is Britt.
I'm Sean.
I'm Sinch.
I'm still Craig.
And we are the Football Fig Nuts Podcast. Have a great week, everybody. Oh,
Hi,
hi,
Deb.
Deb.